Whew, it's cold out. Did you know that local small businesses are a great way to make money woodworking? And that is tip number 1. Get your foot in at a local small business. And it doesn't have to be a complicated project either. I've done projects as simple as floating shelves or what I'm building today, a sandwich board. I've also done bigger projects like built-in cubbies and an entryway desk. Nice. I've done all sorts of stuff for local small businesses. But it's a great way to get your name out there and make money. I was able to get my foot in the door years ago because one of my best friends, hi Dustin, owns a small business and let me build him those cubbies that I was talking about earlier. But if you don't have a friend that runs a small business, go around and ask. Hand out your business card. Once you get your foot in the door with one small business, it's just going to start snowballing. On to tip number 2. Be nervous. If you're scared you're going to mess it up, that's a good thing. That just means that you actually care about making a good product. Being nervous shouldn't stop you from doing this. I've messed up a ton of projects. Things happen. And you just tell them that to begin with. Hey, if you have any problems with this, just give me a call and I'll come back and I'll take care of it. And the few times that people have called, I've gone back and I fixed it. So yeah, being nervous about a project should never stop you from taking a job. Tip number 3, don't take the job. That's right, just don't take it. If you don't want to do a job, don't take it. It's that easy. There's a bunch of jobs that I passed up on because I just either didn't have time for it or it was just above my skill level. And that's totally fine. You can pass on a job anytime you want. Don't ever feel obligated to take one. Luckily for me, I have a friend who's a contractor that loves side work too, so I send him the jobs. Hi Joel. And he's always thrilled to get those jobs. And the customer's always thrilled that I have somebody else to pass it on to. But if you don't, you still don't have to take the job. You can always say no. Just say no. Now, contrary to my last tip, this tip is take the job. That's right, this makes little to no sense, but I take a lot of jobs that I am scared to do because they seem a little bit above my skill level. But that's how I've learned a lot of things in woodworking. You take the jobs that seem a little beyond maybe what you can do and you figure it out along the way. It's like getting paid to go to school. They pay you for the project while you're learning how to do stuff. But just don't tell the customer that you don't know what you're doing. Alright, tip number 5, hoard. That's right, I said it, hoard. I know it sounds like a terrible idea, but when I see free wood on the side of the road, I grab it. I've saved a ton of money by not having to pay for supplies. If you can eliminate that from your cost, you're going to make so much more with these side projects. Tip number 6, keep your shop clean and organized. And if you watch my channel, you know this is something I struggle with. But it's super important if you want to make money because if you're always looking for stuff, it's going to take you twice as long. And if you're going to hoard stuff like I do, you need to have it all in a good spot. I have a bunch of plastic totes with labels on them that say casters or nuts and bolts, whatever happens to be, frame supplies, all sorts of stuff like that that I have ready to use whenever I need it. It's a great way to save money and it helps you save time, which is essentially money when you're working for yourself. Tip number 7, send pics. Whenever I'm doing a job for somebody, I make sure to get their phone number or some way that I can send them pictures along the way. Because you don't want to get too far along in the project and then find out that there's something 5 steps ago that you could easily fix, but now you got to start the whole project over. Also, your customer wants to know you're working on the project and they don't want to have to ask you, so when you're sending them pics, they know that it's coming along. Tip number 9, you got to enjoy it. Get the f*** out of here. I know, enjoy it. Stupid tip. But honestly, this is a side hustle. This isn't your main job. Don't do it if you don't enjoy it. I've gotten offered a bunch of jobs that I knew I could do and I had the time for, but it was like, this just doesn't sound fun to me, so I just don't do it. Because why do this if it's not fun? There's no reason for it. Except the money. And tip number 10, my favorite tip. This is super important. I'm kidding, none of this is important. Post on social media, Facebook or Instagram, whatever you happen to use for social media, post it on there, tag the person that you built the project for, and thank them. And a lot of times the customer will post it themselves if you're posting it. This is a great way to get more exposure and get that snowball effect going. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like this video, check out another one. There's videos everywhere. I don't know. I got whatever this is you could watch. It's probably pretty good.
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.